We respectfully acknowledge the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation as the traditional custodians of the land in which this video was filmed.
Hi, my name's Crystal Kinsella and today I'm being joined by Mitchell Ross. Hey Mitch, how you going?
Very well, Crystal.
Yeah.
Very excited and happy to be here.
Fantastic. Well, how about you tell everybody who you are, who's your mob, where you come from?
Sure. I'm a Bidjigal man from Perouse in southeast Sydney. So grew up in Perouse my whole life and yeah, that's me.
Yeah. So what's your why?
My why?
What's your purpose?
Yeah, look, I mean, for me, growing up in Perouse, both my mum and dad had, good jobs, and I guess I had a good upbringing and a stable home environment, but I did witness a lot of, I guess, hardships from, close family and extended family and friends. So that sort of triggered me to, how can I make a difference? There's, you grow up, go to school and grow up with people and, you see them in very different life situations to what you are, and it makes you reflect and how can I help my mob or how can I help others? So that kind of drove me to want to get into business, to be able to give back and make a difference and help out mob.
Yeah, and you've been in business for quite some time because I've known you almost 10 years now and
Yep.
I've seen your evolution of business. Do you want to talk to us a little bit about that?
Sure, yeah. So I guess my first business was in IT. I used to work in that sector for many years and doing IT repairs for small business and just consumers, and that sort of evolved into me understanding and learning about the supply diversity space and supply nation, and because of that, I guess seeing that opportunity for Aboriginal business to grow and expand, I closed down my IT business and I started Muru about 2012, and we probably would have met around that time.
Yeah.
And I guess Muru means pathway in the language of my language and the language of the coastal Sydney region, and that kind of aligns to our vision or my vision, which is to create a pathway for the next generation of our mob.
Yeah. So your business Muru is stationary.
Yes.
What sets you apart in regards to stationary? Like I can see it meaning pathway from that perspective, and you're creating job opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
But what else sets Muru apart from other stationery companies?
Yeah, look, it's a good question. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, we do sell, paper, pens, office products, furniture, things that, every other office supply company provides. Yeah. So I guess there's nothing really unique in the products that we sell. But I guess really it's it comes down to our why and what we stand for and what we're trying to achieve. And for me, that's about looking after our mob. And, as you said, I've got 80% Aboriginal employees within the business. We give 20% of our profits back to community programs. And really we want to be, I guess, an enabler for our customers to give them the opportunity to use their procurement dollar to make an impact. So whether that's also, from an environmental point of view, we like to focus a lot on, sustainable products and environmental products. And, obviously also the social outcomes and impact that their dollar makes. So they're not just purchasing a pen, from a stationery provider. They're actually making an impact which has, a long-lasting ripple effect for generations potentially.
That's fantastic, and that's great numbers with your employment numbers, and I'm seeing that go from strength to strength. Talk to us a little bit about some of your community programs you've been involved in.
Sure, yeah. So I guess, something that I'm really passionate about, as I said, from, I guess, my why. There's two key core programs that we support. There's a childcare program in Far North Queensland. We've been supporting that for about 5 or 6 years, and that supports the mob up there, the youth. I guess before they go into primary school, we want to make sure that they're not behind and there's no gap. So it supports literacy and numeracy skills and just gives them that kind of early education before they go into school. So that's $65,000 a year to fund, and we're the sole funder, Muru, for that program.
Huge.
So that's really, really good. It's been going on, as I said, for 5 years now, and we're seeing some great outcomes from that. Yeah. We've also got a program in my community of Perouse called Indigenous that we're supporting, and that's Indigenous is all about revitalising endangered bush species of plant and growing bush food and that kind of that's what their sort of mission and goal is. And we're supporting the employment of 2 young local kids to do their horticultural apprenticeship. So we're helping offset the cost of that. So I guess the programs we like to focus on are around education, employment and health and wellbeing. I guess for us, we think that, what those contributions we make today will have a lasting impact in the future because, we know that if, one of our mob has a job, then we know the impact that creates within their family, within the community, and that obviously is felt into generations to come. So I guess that's our goal, is to make those little, contributions now that, will make a big impact in the future.
Well, all of those elements will set someone on the right pathway, which very much aligns to your vision of who you are and what you're all about.
Exactly, and Indigigrow's, very much a grassroots community program. They're open to the public. They donate, old traditional. There's a very rare species of plant that our old people and elders used to find. It was very rare, and they used to eat the berry off it. And Pete and the team at Indigigrow have managed to revitalise that species of plant, and they've donated, a plant to each of the elders in the community. And there's the kids in the school can come and learn about traditional practices and stuff. So it's very much that's something that's really important to us, is making sure we contribute to grassroots programs and we can see the real impact in the community. And we know that it's actually flowing into the community and making an impact.
That's fantastic. So just talk to us practically about how people can do business with Nuru.
Yeah, look, I mean, obviously it can be as simple as, opening up an account and ordering online, and we offer next day delivery for metro locations. But, even, we've got customers where there's a complex setup for how we transact. We can integrate with, various ERP systems. So, when your enterprise customers, we've got that capability as well. So, national distribution. So I guess all the bells and whistles, we're, competing with the big players in the space, and we've got some great partnerships with some large enterprise customers. So I guess there's no customer big or too big. We're able to sort of handle any scale and any type of solution that they need. So and as I said, it can be as simple as a small business even logging on and placing an order. And I know you've placed a few orders.
I've placed a few orders, and well, I love the convenience of it, that I can put an order in, it's shipped within 2 days because I live in regional New South Wales, and that doesn't matter the size of how big it is, and I don't need to order stationery too often because it's only myself.
Yeah.
but I love that ability that there's scalability no matter how big or small you are, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think if we can make that part of it as seamless as process and as seamless as possible and as efficient as possible, and it takes the focus away from that, because we know that we've got the capability of the distribution there, and really then the conversation becomes about what other value you can add. And we've just spoken about all the things that we try to do to add value to our customers, and we hope that can enable them with some of their goals, that whether it's ESG or CSR, we're able to help them achieve that and provide reporting as well on what they're spending. So
definitely. So just tell me, what is it that you want to be your legacy? What do you want to be remembered for, Mitch?
I don't know. There's lots of things. The things that we can talk about are probably, I guess it comes back to those ripples that I said. I guess 10 years from now, some of the investment and contribution that we're making now, I just hope that in 10 years' time the impact is felt. And I guess it's just about if the community acknowledges your contribution, if your community acknowledges what you've done, and they see that there's an impact and a positive impact, then I think I'm happy with that. So. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think I've seen you go from strength to strength over these last 10 years, and you're already having such a significant impact. So you should, imagine that these next 10 years, what that's going to create as well for you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Look, I'm excited.
Is there anything else you want to let people know about you?
Look, I mean, the only thing I would say is if you're thinking about, purchasing from an Indigenous business, whether it's myself or one of my peers, I think just don't sit on the fence, just do it. Every dollar you spend makes an impact. And the impact is definitely real. So come and have a yarn with me, and I'm happy to help you out.
Yeah, thanks so much, Mitch. So thank you everybody for joining us, and just stay tuned for the next edition.